Welcome to Reach TV, where we bring Circle C Ranch to you. This week, we are sending out our Camp in a Boxes to all of you that signed up. But if you didn't sign up for Camp in a Box, that's okay. We're going to talk about what virtual camp looks like in just a little bit. But enough talk about that. This is Reach TV. We have segments that we have made just for you tonight. Thank you for tuning in. So let's dive into our first segment, the news. It's time for the news. Thank you guys so much for tuning in again to this week's news. Now, this week we are starting out talking about some Circle C Ranch news. Normally we dive into the world, tell you everything that's happening around the globe, but today we have a lot of stuff to communicate to you. Now, on our Camp in a Box website, we have the schedule of what virtual camp looks like. But I want to tell you, and I want to explain a little bit, all of the things that we are bringing to you this summer. Okay, so let's start out on a Monday. What does every Monday morning have at Circle C Ranch? If you guessed shootout, you're right. At 10:45 every morning, just like it was a Monday morning when you were pulling into camp, we are going to premiere a shootout for you, but not just any shootout. We have made a 7-part Western TV series called The Shootout. And every morning at 10:45, in Circle C fashion, we will release that week's episode of The Shootout. Now, if you're a Camp in a Box participant, you get early screenings of that, so whatever. Now, at 6 p.m., we are going to have Reach TV. And so it's going to be like this. I'm going to be here talking to you, but what we're going to do is we're going to update you on how the Clantons and the Daltons are doing. All of the Camp in a Box participants are going to be competing all summer, and we're going to give you updates on that. And we're going to announce what their weekly competition is, okay? So you don't want to miss that. You've got to tune in for that. And then as soon as Reach TV is over, you can scoot on over to the Circle C Ranch Media YouTube channel. We're going to post an old message from chapel. So just like a Monday night at camp, you will hear an incredible message that we recorded when people were actually here. Now let's move on to Tuesday. Tuesday at 6 p.m. we're going to have cabin devotions. And so during the summer, you would have devotions with your cabin, in your cabin, with your cabin mates. This summer you're not going to have that, but what you are going to have is you're going to be able to be a fly on the wall during a cabin devotion style discussion. And so we have a group of people that are coming in that are going to be talking about our weekly topics that carry through the whole week. Okay, so make sure to tune in for that on Tuesdays. Wednesdays at 10 a.m., our podcast about the weekly topic is going to be released on Spotify, Apple Music, anywhere that you get podcasts. You can listen in on the Circle C Reach podcast. And so that will be covering that week's topic. Then at 7 p.m., this is exciting, on the Circle C Ranch Media channel as well, you are going to be able to watch a Circle C movie and live chat with the original cast. You guys are not going to want to miss that. And we're starting at the very beginning. So you're going to see 6th grade Josh in his prime. So make sure you tune in for that. Thursdays at 10 a.m., we are going to give you a sneak peek, a behind-the-scenes look at everything that's happening here at camp. We are going to give you a behind-the-scenes vlog. And so we're going to be showing you what it looks like, what's going on here, what backstage looks like, all the things. Fridays at 8 p.m., this is the big kahuna. This is the big video. Every week, Friday, 8 p.m., is our Fun Friday video outreach. We are going all out. We are doing the craziest stuff that we can imagine, and we're going to present the gospel every Friday. So that's an amazing opportunity for you to share the video with your friends, and they can hear the gospel, and then you can have conversations with them about it. Okay, so make sure that you are ready for some Fun Friday. And then Saturdays. Every Saturday at noon, we're going to have a weekly recap. Just like you were at camp and your parents are coming to pick you up, we show highlight videos, interviews, it's going to be the same kind of thing. We are going to give you a recap of everything that our Camp in a Boxers have been doing. And everything that we have been premiering, it's going to be a fun video Saturdays at noon. So that's what virtual camp is. That's all free for you, okay? You don't have to pay anything. So make sure that you're subscribed, make sure that you're ready for all of that. And if that was like, Josh, that's way too much information, in the link below, we will have the website so that you can get the schedule of everything that is happening. All right, it's on to world news. This first story is something that I can relate with. It's about sleepwalking. I don't know if you know much about me, but I am an avid sleepwalker, and it really freaks my wife out. But this story, this woman had a dream that she ate her engagement ring. Woke up, sure enough, she ate her engagement ring. I've heard of sleepwalking, I've heard of sleep talking, I've heard of sleep eating, but I've never heard of engagement ring sleep. I don't even know what to call it. Next story. I would like to start off by saying a famous phrase: if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Doritos has decided to make something disgusting. They have made a pickle-flavored Dorito. Nacho cheese is good. You don't have to do anything else. You've done enough for the world. You don't need to make pickle Doritos. That's disgusting. Sorry, I don't like pickles. Our last story, it's kind of sad, but kind of amazing. There has been a ugliest dog competition on the internet, and here are some of the entries. They're so ugly, they're cute. But we have an idea, because we know that a lot of you love your pets. And so, I think it's just about time for our weekly challenge.
What's up, you guys? As you guys heard in the news, there was an ugly pet competition. So this week's challenge is for you guys to send us pictures of your pets, and we will choose who has the cutest pet. And now, it is off to Quiet Time with Chloe.
Sometimes it feels like we live in a hopeless world. If you look around, people are trying to place their hope in almost anything, whether that's politics, money, putting their security in how much money they have saved, drugs or alcohol, or maybe just an escape like a vacation. But ultimately, all of these things will fall short and leave them feeling empty. But the Bible tells us where we can find our hope. Psalms 33:18-20 says, "But look, the Lord keeps his eyes on those who fear him, those who depend on his faithful love, to rescue them from death and to keep them alive in famine. We wait for the Lord, he is our help and our shield." These are the promises that God has given us, just like Hebrews 6:19, which says, "We have this hope as an anchor for our soul, firm and secure." As Christians, we shouldn't place our hope in things of this world, like money or politicians, because like I said, those things will fall short. But we can place our hope in the promises that God has given us. So today or this week, if you start to get stressed or start to see the hopelessness that's in this world, remember the promises that God has given us.
Camper, for that awesome intro. We're here today in the kitchen whipping up one of Camper's favorite meals that he can't eat because it has chocolate. If you've been a camper, you know it, you love it. Today we're making indoor s'mores. So Chloe, take it away.
So, indoor s'mores are a staple here at camp. If you've been a camper here before, you know that. So today we're gonna make some. So, are you ready, my helper?
I'm ready!
Alright, so what you need to make indoor s'mores is golden grams, or like a golden cereal, a bag of mini marshmallows, 3 Hershey chocolates bars, and 4 tablespoons of butter.
Now hold on. If you're not allowed to be in the kitchen alone and use knives and stuff, make sure you tell your parents, okay?
That's very true.
Okay!
Alright.
Alright, so first we're going to put that butter in a microwavable bowl, and we're going to open up all 3 of these.
Don't forget to wash your hands.
Hey Josh, not a race. Throw this out. Keep your space clean, your spot clean. Okay, now you're gonna microwave this. I would say microwave it for like a minute and then take a fork and mix it around, okay? So Josh, you can do that. So while he's doing that, I'm gonna add 6 cups of cereal into this bowl. So it's okay if you add a little bit more.
Wow!
Marshmallows. Can you get me a spoon?
How big?
I'm going to use one of Janet's spoons, and we're just going to mix this all together. Whoops, kind of spilled some.
1 minute later.
Don't pour it.
Pork?
So, chocolate and butter mixture. It might be a little hot, so you might need a parent to do this.
Cooking is exhausting.
It looks like this. And
Our chef Camper's here. Camper, do you have any words? Camper. Thank you.
Look like this in the bowl, all mixed together. Now, I'm gonna take that.
Oh, this is gonna be the best part. Hold on, wait, can I angle it so they can see?
We're gonna pour it all in
This is
there.
awesome.
Okay. Make sure to scrape it all out. Sit together. You know what, Josh?
What?
I think we need more chocolate.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Wait. Do you guys think we need more chocolate? Oh, you're right. Where do I get more chocolate? More microwave chocolate? Chocolate more microwave.
Yeah. So grab maybe 3 more.
That many?
Not that many. You're gonna add 3 more. Okay? I'm adding to the recipe. You can really make it your own.
Oh, you're right.
Well, 1 more, so we're doing 4.
Chocolate! Camper, you can't have it.
You're gonna
1 minute.
pop that back in the oven, okay?
Oven.
I mean, microwave.
The oven!
Can you buy me a tiny little squeegee?
Yes.
Or you know what kind of
Yes.
thing I'm talking? So we have 4
Chocolate.
more chocolate bars in here. We just mix together.
The chocolate. Let her rip. Chloe spilled.
This can be very tricky.
That looks amazing. You're a
So-
genius.
And you want it to look like this.
Drop the beat.
So, once this is all mixed together, you will need a pan around this shape. I believe it's 9 by 13.
Not this.
Not that. You're gonna pour.
What about this?
Not that.
No. Oh, you are a genius. I got a winner. You got a winner too, right?
Yep. Sure do. Now you're just gonna flatten it out.
Okay. This is easy. Do we put any more chocolate on it? We should think about it.
Okay, now you're gonna take this, and it's a little warm from the chocolate and stuff, so you're gonna set this in your fridge for about an hour.
So we'll see you guys in an hour?
See you in an hour.
Okay, for 1 hour, I will dance in place.
Alright guys, here is the finished product.
It's the longest hour of my life.
You did great, you did great. So just to recap, all that went into the indoor s'mores, we got golden cereal, 6 cups, we ended up using 7 bars of chocolate, we got 1 bag of marshmallows, and a half a stick of butter. So,
And love.
and love. So guys, let us know if you ended up making indoor s'mores.
And from Chef Camper and all of us here, bye. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another segment of Table Talk. I'm here with my good friend, Rachel, and she used to be a counselor at camp for a few years. What years were you here again?
I was here in 2009, 2010, and 2011.
And she had some of the most memorable intro videos of all time. If you were here at the time, you know what I'm talking about. But today we're talking about hope. And I would love to hear your thoughts on how you have seen people find hope, whether it's been when you were here at camp or just in your life.
Yeah, I mean, before I even started my journey with following after the Lord and knowing who God and Jesus was or any of that, I was invited to come to a Christian youth group. And so when I went there, I had a leader that shared with me their crazy testimony story, and I was just like, she's on fire and she's excited for this Jesus. And I was like, I want to know this Jesus. It seemed very hopeful when I was in a spot that felt kind of dark. I was in senior in high school. I didn't know what I was going to do next. And I was wrestling with some life decisions on what I wanted out of life. And so when I heard the fact that like she went through some really hard stuff and had taken her out of some dark places too, and she was so joyful and excited to share that hope, I was like, I want to know what has made her that joyful or excited.
Right, that makes sense, yeah.
So fast forward, I came here, and being actually a camp counselor here at Circle C Ranch is what helped me to find the hope that I had, which I found really was the only way that I could find hope was in Jesus Christ, because I thought before it was just about reading your Bible and having to go to church. I didn't realize that there was such a big relational aspect, and not only that he was such a very awesome, forgiving God.
Yeah.
And so, I was thinking there's no way this God could forgive me for some of the stuff that I've done. I've heard just too much that, he's not, he wants me to do this and this and this.
Just
and
like
this.
Rules.
Right, a bunch of rules. And so I was like, I don't want that. And so I wrestled, as I was figuring out that I wanted this hope, and I'm like, I don't know how to obtain it. And so, being able to actually get in the Word, to be able to cry out to God and actually be real to Him was the first time that made me realize, like, He is full of hope.
Right.
When I was in despair, I felt lifted up knowing that I could get through some of the roughest stuff, knowing that He was there. And then, apart from that, then I wanted to share that hope with others.
Right.
So as I'm here learning about it myself, now I'm getting to share it, and I'm excited about it, sharing it with, campers. And I was with the oldest girls' cabin, so, teenage years, those are confusing years sometimes.
Right, they are.
Yeah, and so, getting to share that with these campers and these girls that I just really wanted to invest into, because I was like, I know the darkness that I felt, and there was a point of even depression, and knowing that God could reach down and say, like, I want to bring you up. It just made me realize He could bring me through anything.
Yeah.
Anything as dark as even what we're facing right now. And I've been able to see campers' lives and other people who I've been in youth ministry with. I've seen some of their lives just transformed because they've been able to find the same hope. And the hope came from the relationship that they got with Jesus. And knowing that He is a God who is giving them mercy, but also wanted to help them change their lives so they weren't stuck in the same patterns over and over again.
Yeah, I love what you said. You said that once you have this hope, you just want to share it.
Yes.
And so my next question for you would be, how do you share that hope with someone that says, how could I trust a God that lets all this terrible stuff happen? Like, what would you say?
Well, I think one of the biggest things that, to start off personally, I would share personally that, like, I've come to the realization that the Bible talks about the fact that we have all fallen short of the glory of God, and there is no one good but God.
Right.
And so, I think when we kind of come to this realization that we desperately need Him, and that He allows us to kind of go our own way, like, we can choose to lie. We can choose to, kind of go behind somebody's back or hurt somebody's feelings or be judgmental. He allows us to do all those things. He gives us the opportunity to choose, do we want to go our own way or do we want to follow after Him? And it's not always easy.
Right.
I mean, sometimes even the best believers I know, they have to cry out to Him, and God's okay with you crying out to Him. He's okay with you being like, hey, what's going on? I'm upset. I'm angry.
Right.
But the thing is when you've come down to it, it's like, do I still have that hope? Like, after I've just given it all to Him, knowing that if I didn't have Him, what else would I have?
Right.
And so, I think God is actually very patient and gracious
to
us.
He has to be with us.
That if we were left, if all of humanity was left to its own demise, I mean, these things would keep happening whether there was truly a God or not, you know, in the sense, but because there is a God, we have hope that he can transform the lives of people who choose the things that hurt them over and others over and over again. And he's like, you know, I even want to transform that person's life.
Right.
And he's like, the person who you would think is maybe the worst person in the world, he's like, I want you to go out and love them as well.
Right.
I want to give everyone the opportunity to have a transformed life because he is gracious and he's patient with us. And so I would say, because that this is going on, that he's just giving us more opportunities to come to know him and see that we have to find something greater than this world, because this world fails us.
Right. Yeah, if we just let the world do what it does, I mean, we see what's happening in the world. So thankfully, we have a hope there is something better.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, Rachel, that was really well said. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah.
And thank you for coming on the show.
Oh, it was great.
All right. Well, we're going to send it to an outro. Thanks again.
Yeah.
See you soon.
Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you next week on circlecreach TV. But for now, make sure to wash your hands and put on your Circle C smile. See ya!